So as we start this defensive breakdown, we're going to look at the rotations from the Pistons from the last two games. We're going to start with the good, and we're going to start with what I would call clinic tape here. This is a little bit late, but you see Cade Cunningham coming on the double of Joel Embiid, and Killian Hayes is already rotating, seeing what's happening. So he's right there on the catch with Seth Curry. Saddiq Bey is able to stay with Niang as the ball moves around, and then I love this. Jeremy Grant stays on Thibault long enough that it can't be a pass, for a layup because Cade's not there yet. He waits long enough for Cade to get there, and then he's also able to get to Maxey. Now the defense gets broke down again, and Cade, instead of following Thibault out the backside, he sees the ball, sees what's happening, able to help on the baseline drive, and ends up in a turnover for the Sixers. I just thought that was a great rotation, great job by the Pistons. Now a couple more that aren't just perfect, but I thought were good. Here, Kevin Durant, ISO situation. You see Olynyk comes across, ready to help, and then as Durant drives, I feel like the other Pistons here almost in a zone are able to be in the right spot and see what's happening. Saddiq Bey does a great job anticipating, and he just doesn't come up with a steal. Like, they play it perfectly. They bait Durant into the pass. He just isn't able to come up with a steal, but Olynyk does a good job contesting the shot. Now, the initial part on this one, okay, you could say Harden probably could have scored. I would agree with that. But what happens after I like. So an advantage for the Nets in transition turns into a contested shot. So here on the pass, what I love is Josh Jackson recognizing personnel. And we'll talk about this later in the breakdowns of the article with leaving shooters. He doesn't completely leave Joe Harris to run at Blake Griffin. Here you have to make a decision. It's give up the shot to Blake Griffin. He turns it down, and Josh Jackson's able to bait him into this and still get there on the catch. And then Saddiq Bey's still going to close out on Durant. Like, I still realize he gets a shot off, but what are you going to do with Kevin Durant? So I just thought in a possession that started off with the Nets having the advantage, the Pistons did a good job rotating and getting back in position. Now here we're into another double team. So Killian Hayes doubles, and this is going to start off good. Cade rotates. Here comes the next one. Now here's another aspect, communication. Which guy is supposed to rotate here? And they got to talk better. But it doesn't end up hurting us initially. Great hands there by Saddiq to keep the pass from going to Milton. But as the play continues, we see again a penetration that draws in the defense, and then Cade isn't able to close out as the clip's a little bit spotty there. All right, and they get a runner. Now, another thing is just the initial double team. And Isaiah Stewart was awesome in this game. I do want to highlight that. But here comes Frank on the double. And instead of running to the high side, he kind of runs down like he's going to try to get a steal or a reach. So he needs to be in here almost foot to foot with Isaiah Stewart, not letting the ball come to the middle. And instead, he ends up with the foul. So just the execution of the double, I think it can go overlooked on those earlier clips, how well it was done. But there you can see what happens when it's not done correctly. And then now we're getting a little bit more into the bad. So here comes the double killing. Jeremy Grant should already be coming on this one. So you see them give up a shot. Saddiq goes. Killian's ready to rotate. It's not going to be Cade because he's staying down here with Thibault. It's the same rotations. Grant should go. Cade's going to stay until Saddiq can get back here. But Grant never comes, and it ends up giving a wide open three. So the more times you are in this, the more chances there are that you make a mistake, and you see one there. And then one more here against the Nets. So screen and roll, tough spot with Durant and Griffin. Saddiq Bey rotates. Get the pass across. Cade closes out to Harris, and we have to have the next guy running here to Bruce Brown, and it just never comes, and he gets a wide open three. Multiple efforts you have to make in these situations if you're not going to give up a wide open shot, and on that one, the Pistons weren't able to do it.